Yes, guys, it's the big one. Arteta is coming to the Etihad with Arsenal for the FA Cup. The first time the two sides have met each other this season, with the first game being rearranged because of Arsenal's Europa League commitments. It's a huge battle. It's master versus apprentice. Who's going to come out on top? The two managers have faced each other 6 times throughout their careers in the Premier League, with City coming out on top on 5 of those occasions and Arsenal winning 1, which was ironically an FA Cup tie as well. Back in 2020, Arsenal winning 2-0 over Man City. But this time it's much different. It's a much different feel. Arsenal are just absolutely slamming the league right now. They look unstoppable, with City really being inconsistent. One week they can show signs of magic, like against Tottenham with a second half majestic performance. But then we can also go and drop mad stinkers against teams like Everton, where you're just sloppy and concede a goal, and Brentford as well, which we lost that game. So the game is going to be really, really interesting. But what I want to focus on in here is who needs to win more. Now, of course, directly, does this have an impact on the league? You'd have to say no. Why? Because it's not a league game, it's an FA Cup game, right? However, you guys know that football is more than just about the results. It's about the mentality, the confidence that breeds. I'm looking at something like Arsenal, and their run that they're on right now is absolutely phenomenal. As a City fan, I need Arsenal to face the L. I need them to have that red L in their last form guide, because I feel like that would change the mentality of the team. And then we'd be asking another question is, okay, now Arsenal have lost a match, can they respond? That's really what I've been looking for, but no one's managed to beat them in recent times. For City, I think it's going to be really interesting, because as a City fan, you've got to understand that, for me personally, I'm looking more at the performance tomorrow night, or tonight if you're watching it on the day of the game. I'm looking at the performance. How is the team going to perform? Are they going to play with intensity, with style, with a bit of speed and class? Or are they going to be this team that's been lethargic, not really showing that they have the desire to win, maybe a little fatigued throughout the last 5-6 years of dominance in England? It's going to be, that's what I'm looking to see more than the result. Who needs to win the game more? It's a really, really interesting one. I'm probably going to need your help here in the comment section. But for me, win-wise, I think that if Arsenal were to lose this game, that there's a real question mark about how would they respond. Because what you got to understand is, and Liverpool fans will know this, United fans obviously throughout recent times, and City fans, and Arsenal know it from back in the day, but the younger fans probably haven't seen it in recent times, is once you're on a mad run, a really, really good unbeaten run, and then you get the L, there's a massive lull in the sort of enthusiasm, because it's like, oh my god, the streak's over, the unbeaten run is over, and there's a little bit of depression almost in some of the fan base. Now I'm sure with Arsenal being top of the league and de facto 8 points if you include the game in hand, which is no easy game, there won't be as much of as a negative vibe, but there certainly will be one, and there'll be a big question mark about the players. Can the players respond? And if City do start getting on the run, if they win some against Arsenal in the FA Cup, that'll be 3 games in a row. Then people will start to say, okay, that's 3 wins in a row for City now. They've not done that for a long time in recent months. Are City now starting to find the form? And then you're going to start to see people will be like, oh, City are going to go on a mad run. This is where Arsenal are going to have to deal with the pressure. And it's much easier dealing with that pressure if you're on an unbeaten run, because the results just keep going and the momentum just keeps carrying the side through. So, look, it's a really difficult one. For me, I think Arsenal need to win more, because I think they need to stay on an unbeaten run, because I just feel that if they do, then naturally, they're going to end up winning the league. I mean, it's not rocket science. I just think we're in for a fantastic game of football. These two teams want to play football the right way. They want to play football in style, in class. You've got Arsenal with more pace than City, but City have the experience, the know-how. They know how to get through these difficult moments. And City have been in this position before in many times where things are not going quite right and they can put something together. It is the FA Cup game. I think it's going to be really, really interesting. If City lose the game, then they'll be going into the league game in a couple of weeks' time with some revenge. If Arsenal were to lose, then obviously they'd want revenge, and would that change the tactics going into the league game? I just think it's loads and loads of questions. And we're going to see the battle between Mikel Arteta and Pep Guardiola, the two best managers in the country right now, the two best sides in the country. We've waited long enough for this fixture, and I'm just absolutely buzzing. Guys, let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to win the game? Who do you think needs to win this match more? That's something that I'm really, really intrigued to see what your thoughts are on that one. Make sure you drop a like on the stream if you've not done so already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one.